It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Merry Christmas, everybody, and a very special holiday wish from all of us here at 2K Sports.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Ernie Johnson and Shaq and Kenny.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, it's
Shaka Claus.
What a festive day it is. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the New York Knicks going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. For Philadelphia, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. From all of us here at 2K, Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
Nowhere I would rather be on this day than here with you guys.
I got a couple other places, but this is not bad either.
I got a couple other places, got a couple other guys.
You know,
Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Philadelphia 76ers preparing to defend home court in this Eastern Conference battle. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team. They were dominated last year, not a good matchup for them, going 1-3 in the season series.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Two teams in the bottom half of the conference as far as respect goes. They're both scratching and clawing to try to get a little more of that respect.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And New York, looking at who they've got. Thomas in at point guard. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Porzingis. Then there's Aflalo, and it's Anthony in at the small forward position. And that one's good.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range. That was a...
And New York with the triple.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
Now, here's Marshall. He's guarded by Thomas. Marshall with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Pistons in Detroit.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Both free throws good for Okafor. New York's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Passes it to Porzingis. Outside Anthony. The shot is off. And it's Philadelphia the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
And I think they can hold their heads high from that performance, you know, despite the final score being what it was.
I agree with you. I mean, it was a tough game played in a tough environment on the road, and they were in it right until the bitter end, so that's good stuff.
And so it's New York with it after the Sixers pick up 2. They set the pick. Near the 3-point line, it's Thomas. Rebound by the 76ers. Taken away by Anthony, goaltender.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Now, here's Marshall. He's guarded by Thomas. The 15-footer. Here's Okafor. Aflalo pulls it in.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now, here's Anthony. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta. O'Quinn can't hit.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide-open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
Okafor with a screen on Thomas. And here's Covington from the arc. The shot's good. Marshall making the play. Covington's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. There's Thomas with the 3. They grab their own miss. Tries to save it. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And let's step aside for a minute to look at some of the point guards who have been doing a whole lot more than passing lately. They're the top scorers at that position over the last 10 games. Freak number 1.
And you can't say enough about the value of a player like him. I mean, who can attack a defense in so many different ways from the point.
Exactly. It's just not his ability to distribute the basketball. I mean, it's the scoring punch that he provides as well. That's, to me, what makes him special as a dual-threat point guard.
4 on the shot clock. That gives them the lead. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Pass to Porzingis. He kicks it to Afflalo. Outside Anthony. Shot off the screen, and he nails the jumper.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a...
You got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now, here's Thompson. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. Marshall. The shot is off. Excellent D from Thomas. The Knicks have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. The 3-ball. Rebound by Marshall. 76ers trailing. Thompson inside the line. Rebound by Anthony. Left side Thomas. From outside the arc. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. 11 points for Freak.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
The dish to Okafor. No good. The Knicks go the other way with it. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. Seemed like anytime the fans got a little hostile, they just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
The bombs were really falling, weren't they? I mean, great shooting, especially when you consider it was on the road. You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
The 76ers again can't hit it.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Porzingis can't hit. The 76ers trail by 6. And Marshall kicks to Okafor. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Taken away by Anthony. And here we go, Anthony heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Anthony's got 6.
Timeout for the 76ers. Ladies and gentlemen, your Sixers dancers.
And checking out the stats for Covington. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at those numbers, not bad. But, guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Derek Williams, he checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Aaron Afflalo. Covington with the bucket.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Here's Galloway after the Sixers pick up 2. 6 to shoot. They set the screen. And the basket by Thomas.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Here's Covington. He has 5. Here's Thompson. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds, and they look strong here in the early going.
Noel, a screen on Thomas. And Marshall kicks to Noel. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. Noel's got his first 2 points. Now the Knicks with it. They're on a 14-4 run. The 3 from Thomas. And again, New York with the triple.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Up again. controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
He never gives up on a missed shot. He feels like every one is his, and that tip-in paid off for him.
Shot's good by Williams.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Greg, that's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Now, here's Marshall. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And stolen by Williams. Here's Galloway. Finished off the break. And the Knicks lead by 15. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Knicks.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure.
Patience.
Something else they've done right so far from the
long rebounds.
She's also making some changes. Okafor's checked in, and Taj Gibson is subbed in for Nerlens Noel. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Porzingis. Flalo comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Randy Foye, he's checked in for Johnson. And Thomas subbed in for Langston Galloway. Kendall Marshall out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Grant. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Okafor in at the 5 down low. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hawks put on a show. He ended with an amazing number of points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. Absolutely incredible numbers from him in a monstrous game.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that was something special.
And I love that no matter what approach they tried against him, nothing worked. I mean, he was ready for everything.
It makes you wonder what kind of defense they'll throw at him tonight. I mean, however they choose to play him, it's still going to take a special effort to keep him under control.
Kicks it to Marshall. For 3, Covington. The Knicks pull it in.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills. I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Shot's good. Marshall making the play. Covington's got 11 points.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter, his 3rd overall.
Thomas dishes to Afflalo. From 11 feet away, the shot's good from O'Quinn. And the Knicks lead by 12.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Marshall gets the bucket.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Sixers.
And let's go to a rundown of the best point guards from the free throw line over the course of the last month. Here is your 2K leaderboard. 5th on the list, Freak.
They are as reliable at the free throw line as you're going to find in this league, and that's something we've come to expect from the point guard position.
Yeah, typically you're going to find your best free throw shooters at that point guard spot, but it doesn't happen automatically. I mean, these fellas are consistently working and practicing to keep that percentage as high as it is.
Knocks down the 3-ball.
Let's go.
Thomas got 28.
And he does it again. What can you say? The defense continues to allow him to get open out there. They've got to know that he can knock down that shot. Put somebody on him.
And here's Covington from the arc. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
The Knicks leading by 10. Thomas goes in, and there's the slam dunk to finish. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
Here's Marshall. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish. Somebody forgot to finish it.
The three from Thomas, and the basket good. Thomas got 33 points.
Once again, the defense letting him get open at the three-point line. That's a major mental mistake there. You've got to get to the shooter.
Pick by Okafor. Marshall passes to Covington. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Dishes it to Foy. Here's Thomas, and he converts the layup. Thomas got 35 in the game.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
The pass to Covington. They need this. The shot's good. Marshall making the play. Marshall's got his 9th assist in the game now.
This quarter has brought out the best in him, fellas. Even though they're still trailing, he's been impossible to contain.
Williams kicks to Thomas. The 19-foot shot, and there are the Knicks with another bucket.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
And a chance now to see the numbers for Jahlil Okafor. He's one of the standouts over the last month, averaging about 18 points per, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Yeah, you know, you just plug him in. He's a flat-out scoring machine. When you plug him up, let him go.
Good on the shot.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
The 76ers trail by 19. Here's Marshall. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Covington. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Thomas dishes to Afflalo. Here's the screen. Shot clock at 5. Thomas outside. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Covington. O'Quinn defending. Here's Slay. It's rebounded by New York. Thomas got 3 rebounds now in this one. Grant. That's good. Grant's got his first 2 points of the night.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And he gets it to go.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Outside Williams. Outside Thomas. From past the arc. And yes, sir, that one drops. Thomas got 43 points.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Over to the left wing. Covington. That's short off the rim.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And the jam by Derek Williams.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice-looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
And guys, how about the awareness there with that finish in traffic?
And Marshall kicks to Covington. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
You look at what Covington has done so far. He's got 19 points. And talk about the 3-ball for him. Wow, unbelievable from long distance.
Clark, there have been some fireworks from deep today. Boy,
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair.
Well, Carmelo, what has been...
To get rolling once again here for our Christmas Day matchup.
Some fantastic numbers here for Thomas. 43 points, and he's buried a ton of 3-pointers in this game, too.
I think we need a calculator to keep track of just how many of those he's knocked down.
And New York, looking at who they've got. Thomas, he's in at point guard. Porzingis is out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then it's Anthony, and it's Aflalo in at the 2. Now, here's Marshall. Not a lot of room. Here's Okafor. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game. And there's Thomas with the 3. And again, New York with the triple.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seems like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
There's the screen. Here's Marshall. Here's Slay. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Shooting for Philadelphia.
That free throw, no good.
Slay. Taking 2 shots.
And he's good on the second. The Knicks leading by 19. Stolen. Covington passes to Okafor. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here is Slay, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Thomas. Tops in scoring, first in three-point shooting, and he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage. Really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
And I tell you what, his scoring abilities are almost otherworldly. I mean, no one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
So he gets them both. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Here's Covington. 22 points for him. Three-pointer. New York, no good that time either. The 76ers trail by 17. Marshall dishes to Okafor. To the inside. Here is Slay. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. While we're in this quick break and onto the small forward position and the hottest shooters among them over the last month. Number 1, Carmelo Anthony.
Obviously, looking at those numbers, he hasn't just been settling for outside shots. He works very hard to get a lot of high-quality looks in close.
And that inside-outside game, I like to call it reversible clothing. It makes him the most accurate shooter among NBA small forwards.
Outside Thomas. Pass to Porzingis. Inside. Marshall with the steal. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. He dishes it to Thompson. And the 76ers get it back. Okafor inside. He has 6. Cannot hit.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Thomas gets a wide open look. Drills it from outside. Thomas got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Knicks. Now here's Marshall. He's guarded by Thomas. Down low. Takes it up in both hands and rips it down.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Ladies and gentlemen,
now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at New York. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. And, of course, there's the 76ers, just way behind.
And seeing where the 76ers are, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
Yeah, it's full makeover time now, guys. I'm sure they've learned their lesson that this roster is not one that can sustain any kind of success in today's NBA.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Now, here's Marshall. Defense is right there. On the wing, Thompson. Covered by Anthony. Shot clock at 6. The 76ers need to get off a shot.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
They have got to box out better than that. That putback's just another example of what a difference there's been between these two teams.
The feed now to Covington. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
And Afflalo kicks to O'Quinn. And good on the basket. Book it.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficient.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Gibson. Here's Covington. He's got 22. True on the 14-footer. Covington's got 24 points.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Left side, Thomas. Fires from the wing. Goes back up. Anthony, the pass to O'Quinn. Gibson with the steal. Thompson against Afflalo. Stolen by O'Quinn. Outside Thomas. From deep. The rebound by Gibson. Philadelphia's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Marshall with it. Now Thomas defending. Fires the 3. Marshall gets the bucket. Marshall's got 7 points in the game.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Williams kicks to Thomas, and the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for New York.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Randy Foye, he's checked in for Aaron Afflalo. Outside Thomas. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Thomas got 55.
And he just keeps on going. He's got more points than anybody else out there.
Gibson the screen. Williams comes with the double team. Puts it up from 12. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
You know, looking around, he knew one of his teammates was going to be open when they hit him with that double team, and he took advantage.
Thomas dishes to Williams. Outside Thomas. Williams kicks to Thomas. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The Knicks have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
Offensive rebound. Gibson misses from close range.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And the basket by Thomas.
Well, he scored over half of their points so far. That's a major contribution.
And here's Thompson. 10 points for him. Feeds to Okafor. Now Marshall. High post shot. And the shot is long. Now, here is Foye. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Another bucket added to the lead. They've been the better team in every facet.
And in my opinion, you get extra bonus points, extra eye of the beholder points when you do it the way they're doing it on the road. That's special. Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Thomas kicks to Anthony. Back to Thomas, stolen by Thompson. Anthony against Okafor. Here's Covington, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Williams.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Both teams making substitutions here. The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Okafor out there with Noel. Then there's Carl Landry. Then it's Taj Gibson. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And then Thomas with the jam.
You have got to be kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah, he torches defenders in all kinds of ways. When he's on the floor, he's a matchup headache.
Here's Noel. Excellent D there from Williams.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Good. A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
And Thomas, here we go. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Man, he's got a lot of firepower right now. I mean, what a half he's having.
Passes it to Noel. Outside Landry. Gibson passes to Okafor. Blanketed by the D. Fights to the rim for the layup.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Williams against Landry. There's the screen. Harkless with the screen for Thomas. And Okafor with the block. Gibson with it. He feeds it to Landry. Here's Okafor. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Here's Thomas. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Okafor's got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside Landry. And Noel kicks to Gibson. 76ers moving the ball around. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
You look at what Noel has done so far. He has 8 points now and 3 assists as well.
The Knicks making a switch here. Grant's checked in. He doesn't get the second one. For New York, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. O'Quinn dishes to Thomas. Sinks the triple.
And what's gotten into him today? This is getting ridiculous.
Philadelphia is shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Landry kicks to Thompson. Noel passes to Barkley. Landry dishes to Thompson. Fade away. No good. And New York will come the other way. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Pass to Landry. To the paint. Here's Noel. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
There's Thomas with the 3. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
And no doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
Gibson passes to Thompson. And Thomas with the block. Gibson against Williams. Outside Thomas. Out to the wing. Down low. Here's O'Quinn, and there are the Knicks with another bucket.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Barkley outside. Gibson the screen. Barkley kicks to Landry. The dish to Thompson. Back to Landry. 4 on the clock. From the wing. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Thomas powered down after the assist, led him into the lane.
And that's really the change in our game. It's the overall athletic ability. I love those point guards that can throw it down.
Well, you've talked about that. That's a dose of the modern NBA, Greg. That kind of aerial ability isn't limited now to just the front court anymore.
That's exactly right.
You know, I look at it this way, guys. It seems to me there are more high flyers at guard than anywhere else in the league these days.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
He just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Noel. And then for New York, Zinkas, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Anthony comes in for Derek Williams. And it's Johnson in for Harkless. Gibson the screen. Kicks to Grant. Barkley with it. Now defended by Grant. Good on the shot.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Thomas dishes to Anthony. Johnson right side. They set the pick. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Some solid defense from Grant. He kicks it to Barkley. Here's Landry. Back to Grant from the arc. Here's Barkley, and finally they hit one.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
New York's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Johnson outside. Dishes to Carmelo. Outside Thomas. Unloads. New York, no good that time either.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. And the 76ers with some changes. Joel Embiid comes in for Taj Gibson. And Kendall Marshall subbed in for Thompson. Here's Marshall. No luck. Excellent D there from Anthony. New York shooting fantastically in this game. 62% from the floor. The three from Thomas. The rebound by Grant. 76ers shooting it well here in the fourth quarter. 50%. Now here's Marshall. He's guarded by Thomas. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
You know, huge height advantage there. But because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Randy Foye, he's checked in for the Knicks. Landry, a screen on Thomas. And Marshall kicks to Landry. Outside Thomas.
Move the ball and sticking too much.
1:21 left in the fourth quarter. Nice shot by Porzingis.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Knicks.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
Your hope is to take charge of a season series by winning that first game. This will put them up 1-0 with 3 games still left to play this year against the 76ers.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Thomas. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Carl Landry. 32 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And Marshall kicks to Embiid. That falls. Great assist by Marshall. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Thomas. Fires the three.
In the crowd tonight, but we saw it
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. An absolutely astounding and historic night for him here in this game. He was simply unstoppable in what can only be described as a masterful performance.
You know, Freak was a 4.0 honor student growing up. And tonight, that high IQ is one of the things we saw on display with that sensational performance. Combine his smarts with the fact that he lives and breathes basketball, there's no doubt that he's one of the most intelligent players we have in this league.
One thing that stood out to me was his contribution from deep. We know he can hit the 3 ball, but we saw him do a lot more damage than normal. And that really opened up the game.
And that will do it for our special Christmas Day broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. For Shaquille
This week marks our 50th episode of NBA 2K TV, and today we have an awesome holiday show planned for you. We show off the best moments of 2K TV, share expert tips for all the newcomers, and have a lot of fun with 2K TV Interactive. Tune in now. Episode of NBA 2K TV, and today we have an awesome holiday show planned for you. We show off the best moments of 2K TV, share expert tips for all the newcomers, and have a lot of fun with 2K TV Interactive. Tune in now. This week marks our 50th episode of NBA 2K TV, and today we have an awesome planned for you. We show off the best moments of 2K TV, share expert tips for all the newcomers, and have a lot of fun with 2K TV Interactive.
You wanna get rich.
This marks our 50th episode of NBA 2K TV, and today we
don't really want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. Nah, you don't really want it. Now you don't want that late night gas with no break, like crash in the daylight. I see it in your face. You don't want that blood, sweat, tears in a bunk bed. Peers know they upset. your gate. Nah, you can't